On today's third edition of CHS News, in our top story, we honor an 11-month fight for life, birth, and love.
Can you hear us now? Yes, the village of Cimarron has a cellular tower, and you might be surprised to find out not only where it is located, but the creative finances involved as well.
They are one of the most cherished symbols of the West. 2 different local programs are using horses to make a special difference in the lives of others.
Those and other stories, along with sports, on the next edition of CHS News.
You're watching CHS News, broadcasting from Cimarron High School in beautiful Cimarron, New Mexico. News with anchorman Alex Epler. Sports with David Gallegos and Cimarron's co-anchor Amber Weaver. This is your news station. This is CHS News Now.
Good day, and welcome back. I'm Amber Weaver.
And I'm Alex Epler. Thanks for joining us today on the third edition of CHS News.
After an 11-month fight against an extremely rare form of heart cancer, Chastity Russell passed away Thursday, January 7th at the age of 23. Chastity was a graduate of Des Moines High School and only one of 6 people in the world diagnosed with cardiac sarcoma last year. During her incredible battle, Chastity and Cimarron grad Jacob Martinez became the proud parents of a new baby boy, Caleb. Born premature at 26 weeks, Caleb's fight to health has been a testament to his mother's strength and family's love. We at CHS, along with Cimarron community, would like to send our prayers and best wishes to Caleb, Jacob, and Chastity's family.
In today's edition, we have 2 different stories that involve the incredible power of our Western icon, the cowboy's best friend.
Get ready to cowboy up, y'all. Time to ride.
It's definitely not your typical classroom, and viewers would be hard-pressed to point out the true teachers. But if you ask those involved at Eagle Nest Middle School in Eagle Nest, New Mexico about a program called Horse, you find out real quick that everyone is better for the experience.
The barn program differs from the classroom in that it gets children engaged in what they're learning. Some kids are learning just responsibility and character skills through working with the horses, learning how to be respectful of the horse's space, but also, most importantly, they learn how to work together with other kids in taking care of a horse. Some students are learning how to increase their English vocabulary, their English language, by working with horses, and some students are learning simple math in working with horses. For example, when the kids come out and get different combs and tools, the instructor will ask them, well, how many tools do you have, or how many combs do you have? So every child is learning something different. Every child is learning through different means, but all centered around a horse.
For New Mexico combat veterans that have been injured or are dealing with combat trauma, their battles don't stop when they come home. That's why the Express UU Bar Ranch, headquartered in Rayado, New Mexico, is joining a unique and special nonprofit program called Horses for Heroes. Started in 2007 by Special Forces veteran and cowboy Rick Iannucci of Santa Fe, the Horses for Heroes program uses horsemanship, the calming beauty of the ranch, and the cowboy way of life as a means to decompress the vet in a soothing and calming atmosphere. From there, the new program's goal is to breed a whole new brand of cowboy or cowgirl, as the vets learn how to become a top hand or wrangler using the brotherhood mentality learned in combat.
The desire for the Express organization, our principal desire, is just to be able to open this ranch to that kind of activity. Let these people come enjoy the backcountry, get out of not being qualified or stuck into just riding around in a big pen, but instead getting out and just becoming part of nature, being able to enjoy that experience from the back of a horse. Winston Churchill once said is that the outside of a horse does wonders for the inside of a person.
Reporting live on location in Cimarron, we are going to CHS reporter Roxanne Sanchez with a story and a special construction project. Roxanne, it looks a little breezy there.
Yes, it's kind of breezy out here. But for the citizens of Cimarron, it's a very beautiful day because they are so used to driving on these dirt roads. But thanks to Mayor Pavlicic and the GRIP project, we have these paved streets. It's very unusual to see these in Cimarron.
This was all dirt and it was muddy and it would flood on either side of our businesses.
There will be less dust in the store and on the merchandise, so that will be nice. And I think it's just looks better.
I actually had a chance to talk about this with Mayor Pavlicic this morning.
Extremely excited about seeing this GRIP 2 project and projects come about here in the community. It's been many years since we've seen a road project. The one critical thing as we go forward in our outlook is that we have to have our infrastructure in place before we can proceed with further road projects, because we're about at the end of what roads are available to pave in our community.
You have all seen the commercials, the large group of network people following around their cell service client anywhere and everywhere. Well, that was unless you were traveling to Cimarron. Well, thanks to some very creative thinking, that has all changed, and we found out that most residents of Cimarron don't even know it.
Cimarron has its own cell tower?
You didn't know?
No.
I think it's out that way. Am I right? Am I wrong?
I don't know if anybody's noticed, but over the past 2 years, Verizon is working now in the village. When I first moved down here, it didn't, so I had to change phones.
Installed by ComNet Wireless on a water tower in the Lambert Hills subdivision, the village of Cimarron made some creative use, both physically and financially, of an existing structure. By renting the use of the tower, the village receives $500 a month in income towards their general fund. The tower is hardly noticeable and provides service for AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile users.
And so the benefit to everyone coming through or staying is increased cell phone service.
Now for a fascinating human interest story that demonstrates the unique individuals of the world and the different ways in which people choose to live or challenge themselves. Just like the character in Forrest Gump, Richard Courier, a native of Miami, Florida, began a transcontinent ride on his bike in May of last year. What began as a ride through one state led to a ride through another, and well, he just felt like riding. We had an opportunity to interview Mr. Courier on his travels through Cimarron.
Yeah, we got on the road in May, but we stopped 3 months in Guyman, so you got to subtract 3 months. So I have a book that I'm following, and this is on the route. I actually deviated, went down to Dalhart with intentions of going a southern route, and couldn't find on the map anything that I thought was going to be reasonable. You know, because no matter where you cross in New Mexico, you got to climb to about 10, 11,000 feet. You know, so I turned around in Dalhart, went back north, and got back on my bike route here.
Now it's time to go over to David Gallegos at the sports desk. David, as a Ram fan, do I have something to look forward to?
Most definitely, Alex. Record-wise, it's been a tough regular season. But for those who know basketball, the numbers are somewhat misleading. I'm excited about the upcoming district season. While most people were enjoying the Christmas break, both Ram squads were competing in their final regular season tournaments against some of the state's best competition. The men's team attended the long-running Tri-City tournament. The first game matched them against the undefeated Santa Rosa Lions. The Rams won the first 3 quarters of the game, only to lose by 3 in the final minutes. A loss, yes, but a definite sign that they can play with anyone. They then defeated the defending state champ Fort Sumner and Escalante to bring home a trophy. Now with district play next, I interviewed some of the Rams on their thoughts.
I'm feeling pretty confident. We've played some good teams at the Tri-City tournament, good AA teams, and once we come back to single A schools, I think we'll be pretty good with the competition here.
I think it's going to be pretty rough, but I think we just have to work together and play hard.
The Lady Rams played tough against last year's Class 3A state champion, the Poake Elks, but struggled in losses to both Taos and Penasco. With inconsistency hanging in the backdrop, we questioned some of the Lady Rams concerning their upcoming district play.
I think we can do good, and we need to get our heads in the game. And a lot of our downfall is kind of arguing with each other on the court, but I think we can overcome that and come out with the victory on Saturday.
I'm actually pretty excited. It's always fun to get to play districts because all the teams have a chance to get the cowbell back and everyone just has to fight for what they want.
Just a reminder to our fans that our first home game is this Thursday, as the Rams have a rematch with Santa Rosa. And the Lady Rams will play Saturday at home against Raton. All home games can be seen live on the internet at chsrams.org/TV. That's it for sports. Until next time.
Thank you, David. That concludes another edition of CHS News. I'm Amber Weaver.
And I'm Alex Epler. We look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, have a great week.